Good morning, Aaron. So what we're making?
You know full well what we're making because you've ordered me to make you pancakes.
Yay, pancakes! What you doing?
I'm making pancakes.
How do we make them?
We put pancake stuff together. It's called flour, eggs, every batter mix, pancake batter, frying batter, dippy batter, all that sort of stuff is all pretty much made the same way.
How much flour did you put in?
It doesn't matter.
Sorry.
Depends on how many pancakes you want. Put more flour in if you want more pancakes, put less flour in if you want less pancakes. When it comes to baking and making cakes, it's actually quite important that you get things right when it comes to measurements. But when it comes to sort of doing silly things like this, it's as long as the consistency is kind of about there, you won't go far wrong. And you'll know that if you make them too sloppy, they'll take longer to cook and they'll spread a lot more in the pan. If you make them too thick, then they won't cook very quickly and you often get burnt on the outside and raw in the middle. So you'll find your own little way of doing it. It's not like I was born with this information in my head.
What? I don't believe that for a second. Should we just mix it up?
I chose 3 eggs. It could easily put 6 in. I could easily put 2 in. It doesn't matter because all the egg does really is just binds it all together. So once you've got a bit in there, and you can obviously see that that is not like a batter, is it?
That is not like a batter.
So you can choose water, you could choose buttermilk, you could choose milk, you could choose whatever you want to stick in there to loosen it up. I like putting milk in. No other reason other than it just sort of kind of goes with the whole richness of the batter stuff. And just give it a mix around. If you're making pancakes at home and stuff like that, if you use a whisk, those lumps don't hang about really. They'll disappear. Now, one little ingredient that you do need to put in, because you're making like American style pancakes that rise a little bit. Stick in a little bit of baking soda.
That drawer's been the cutlery drawer for about a year. Still go to the wrong drawer?
Yeah. Don't need a lot of this really. Just enough. Because once you put that in, it will start activating with the moisture that's in there.
Bit of oil in your pan?
A little bit of oil in the pan. Just if it's a non-stick pan, you can get away with no oil if you wanted to. I just like having a bit of oil in there because it crisps it up a little bit and sort of fries the bottom. Just gives that crunch when you go through. That batter that you made there now pretty much you could use that for anything. Corn dogs, if you want to try the American thing. Dipping vegetables in and deep frying them. You could sort of, add a bit more milk, loosen it up, or even water, turn it into tempura batter. But I mean, that's basically your basic standard batter. Very easy to do. I'm just going to turn these sausages.
We're having sausages with our pancakes because we've got no bacon. But it's okay.
Sausages, maple syrup and pancakes. And look, I'd like to point out that the dishes haven't been done.
What are you trying to say?
That you haven't done the dishes.
Oh. I better do those then.
I've got a great Chinese wok ladle, which is just about the right size for a perfect pancake. Depends on what size you want. You can have big ones, small ones, medium ones, little tiny American ones, or even like this little Scotch pancakes. But usually, see how thick it is? It's kind of thick enough to goop, but not too thick for it to just go in the pan. So it kind of holds its shape a little bit. And I've turned the pan right down because you want like a really low heat and give them time to cook. If you've got it up too high, again, they'll burn and stay soft and sort of raw in the middle, and you don't want that.
Sausages cooking.
That's the fun part. Ta-da!
Splat.
Now you can do more than one in the pan at a time. I was just doing this as a demo for you guys. If you've made pancakes, what is your favourite thing that you put with pancakes? A lot of people go with the classic lemon or even orange and do sort of like flambé stuff and things like that. A bit of Cointreau, that's kind of like the French and the English sort of took that on a little bit. Lemon and sugar is obviously the traditional, but what do you like with pancakes? I really like bacon, maple syrup, and do a very much American thing. We should just live in America, I think. But
I think so, let's go.
that's the way to do it. Notice I didn't put any sugar in the pancakes. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It just sweetens them up a little bit if you want like a sweet hit, if you're not going to be putting loads of maple syrup or fruit or anything like that in there. But beans we're doing kind of savoury pancakes, I've left the sugar out, and I'm going to use maple syrup just as a bit of sweetness on top so you don't overload with sugar.
Yum.
You see how they're puffed up as well because of that bit of baking soda. There you go, one pancake. So one pancake. Pop it on the plate. Let's make some more.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that looks like a good one.
Good thing about these as well, if you really wanted to, you could actually make shapes with them. I've seen a lot of people actually do pancake art. So they pour a bit on, another bit on, and then they pour another bit on, and then they pour a bit on. It's actually quite amazing. I'm going to cook this one. I'm going to have a go at making a skull pancake.
I saw people using cookie cutters and filling those
Yep,
to get shapes.
Yep.
That's pretty good. But we like them round.
It's a good shape.
I like round.
It takes a lot of challenge and skill to make it a round pancake, I tell you.
The sausages down. They look good.
Sausages look good. They're about there. Turn it down.
Yum. It's a skull!
What do you think? Do you reckon it looks like a skull for Halloween?
Woo!
I might need to make some crossbones next then.
Oh, fun!
I don't think my crossbones worked out too well, but they kind of look bony. Look, there's a bone bit. Let's see what they look like when they're cooked. What do you think? Not bad for out of the spoon, but I think my piratey tash is quite unique. Ah,